Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 21 of our Brittany playthrough. Now last episode we attacked England, we carried on attacking England, we lost against England in a fair few land battles, but Castille thankfully saved our asses in the end. They are now pursuing the English army and will probably wipe them out for good in the end. And our diplomat is finished improving relations. So with this very small army, we are going to try and take Cornwall, as that is of course the aim of the whole conquest. Many more provinces would be very nice, covered in purple, but we won't get too ahead of ourselves. The English Navy has no jurisdiction on land, and that is very useful for us, as if it did, we would be completely screwed. Now the Castilian army is still wiping up. I think they have completely obliterated the army. Now they definitely have. So now it is just a matter of time, really. We just need to take the time to siege the different provinces, and then obviously we can take them in a peace deal. It would be a minor annoyance if Castile peaced out halfway through, like they did with Aragon. They just don't have any patience, it seems. So it would be very aggravating, but it wouldn't be too bad because they've done our job for us. They've killed the whole English army. It seems in Berry, the Palatinate, I think that's how you say it, they are besieging our provinces. And they have an 11,000 strong army, which is actually quite intimidating. But with our massive amounts of money, we will get a mercenary force of lots and lots of men-at-arms, I'm going to go with. We'll pause it for a second. We are going to get a huge force of man-at-arms and completely wipe them out, basically. I can't see them coming back from that. We have a very substantial amount of money, so it's not going to affect our finances too much, which is very useful actually, because it is exceedingly expensive hiring mercenaries. We now have 9,000. We'll try and get at least equal, I would say. We need to really... What's our heir like? Because if our heir is absolutely awful, which he's not too bad. Okay, this is quite a hard decision. I think I'm just going to hire a normal general, as opposed to either making my heir or my ruler into a general, which at times can be very useful, but it is rather risky, I would say. We'll hire one lot of Galloglath infantry and get 3 lots of men-at-arms. Now, this may seem like a lot of money being spent, but it is completely worth it, just so that our war score keeps going up as opposed to being held back by besieged counties back at home, basically. Right, we're going to move to Orleans until our morale is at full. Grant exports. So we do like Burgundy. Burgundy need to like us, really, and our legitimacy is actually not great. I'm going to get Burgundy to dislike us a little bit. Whoops, but it shouldn't be too bad. Right, we'll move to attack now, as the Foian army has bolstered our own forces. I'm not quite sure of the proper term for that. These guys are retreating into French territory. Of course, as you can see there, the French absolutely despise us, so we are definitely not going to be able to get military access of them. Burgundy have granted us military access, so we can actually move into the Palatinate, which is what we're going to do, and we're going to try and take the Palatinate out of the war, so we can completely focus on the English. We are only losing 6 per month, so we can hold out for a fair while. We've won the siege of Cornwall. So we won the siege of Cornwall. Is now a good time to cut and run, you may say? I'm not sure if it is actually. I'm weighing the options up in my head now. We don't want these guys to lift the siege of Cornwall, so we'll take them out. Obviously, giving us more war score, always very useful. We will split up these guys, and the reason I'm splitting them up is I saw Castile moving into Wessex, and as long as I get there first, I am then the siege leader. I'm not quite sure what these guys are doing. I think they're going home, actually. That's very, very strange. Anyway, we're just going to have to wait a while, it seems. I'm going to take out the Palatinate armies, every single last one of them, giving us more war score, of course, but also meaning that their war exhaustion is going to plummet. Well, their war exhaustion is going to go up, but their war enthusiasm is going to absolutely plummet. As soon as they have no armies, it should go to low, I think, although I may need to take a province. They've run away, they've escaped me again. It's a bit of a cat and mouse game, this. Right, now we really should try and super peace now, just because it's we have them in our grasp, and we're not going to be able to take any provinces off them, that's for sure, because they're in the Holy Roman Empire, and that's just not a good idea. It's really not. They don't want peace. What? That's very, very strange. I am going to take their capital, Heidelberg, and that is going to take some time, and it might run us down slightly, so we're actually going to halve this army and disband one lot, and that means we're actually gaining money per month now. We're in a favourable financial situation. We can leave them to do their job. The Palatinate aren't going to be able to muster a large enough army to kick us out completely, which is very useful because that would be rather inconvenient. We're now sieging both of these provinces. I think the war is basically won. It's only time we have to fight now. The spread of Protestantism. Now the religion in Morbihan, which is down here, is now Protestant, which is very, very... it's very confrontational. It's quite... religion will split our country up if I let it. I'm going to have to just quell revolt with military power at the moment, like you just saw me do there, until we get maybe a third or about a half of our provinces as Protestant, and that is the magic number, really, I would say. We'll take out this army. It seems like a lot of Sweden. That's nothing too worrisome. It seems like there's a lot of just chasing armies around, and that's just what we're going to have to do for a while, unfortunately. As there are no massive battles going on, it's just going to be mopping up the little regiments. We have won the siege of Heidelberg. Now, please say the Palatinate wants to sue for peace, because otherwise I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. Now, we don't own any provinces in their trade node, so there's no point doing the transfer trade power. We may as well... You may as well get them to just annul treaties, etc., and get some money off them, of course. Now, they've accepted that, so we need to go back into our own provinces. I really can't say that word. In fact, I think we may just disband them. Now, I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.